Fox News Deck.
And good Tuesday afternoon from the deck. If you think the 2016 campaign's been interesting so far, make way for Mama Grizzly. We're seeing new signs that Sarah Palin may indeed be the surprise guest set to join Donald Trump on stage today in Iowa. The former GOP vice presidential candidate and Tea Party favorite could be a huge endorsement for Trump, who's trying to hold on to his lead over the Tea Party-backed Ted Cruz. Already today, Trump picked up an endorsement from the actor John Wayne's daughter. But reporters at the announcement seemed really more interested in Sarah Palin. Trump refused to give any clues.
We'll talk about it later, I think. We'll talk about that later. But it's a very big event planned, and I think everyone's going to be very impressed. And nobody knows who it is.
So no confirmation yet. But political reporters have done a lot of digging. And as it turns out, there's a private jet that last night flew from Palin's home state of Alaska to Iowa, not far from this evening's event in Ames. And maybe an even bigger clue, that jet then turned and flew to Tulsa, which just happens to be the site of a Trump rally tomorrow. Of course, Sarah Palin has long praised Donald Trump, but she's also supported Ted Cruz. A top aide for the Cruz campaign said he'd be deeply disappointed if Sarah Palin endorses Trump. But he says it would be a blow not to Cruz, but to Sarah Palin himself, or herself. That didn't go over well in the Palin household this afternoon. Daughter Bristol Palin wrote a blog, and quite a blog post, referencing the Cruz campaign reaction. The title, "Is This Why People Don't Like Cruz?" Wow. Sarah Palin herself then tweeted a link to that post from Bristol Palin. Meantime, as Trump teases his upcoming endorsement, Ted Cruz is getting quite the opposite of an endorsement. The bombshell has now dropped. Get this. Iowa's Republican governor is bashing Ted Cruz, saying publicly that he hopes Cruz does not win in Iowa, saying Cruz would do damage to the state as he does not support ethanol subsidies. A remarkable warning, really, coming 2 weeks before Iowa holds its first presidential contest. Traditionally, Iowa governors of both parties stay neutral in these things. For his part, Ted Cruz is again bashing Donald Trump's past positions and support of Democrats. And the super PAC that supports Ted Cruz released an ad going after Trump's New York values.
I lived in New York City and Manhattan all my life, okay? So, my views are a little bit different than if I lived in Iowa.
And he said, look, I'm from New York. Those aren't Iowa values, but this is what we believe in New York. And I guess I can frame it another way. Not a lot of conservatives come out of Manhattan.
Ted Cruz defines New York values as being about big money and media. Something to keep in mind about a super PAC ad that billionaires bought to support a candidate who got a campaign loan from the Wall Street giant Goldman Sachs, for which his wife works. We have Team Fox coverage. John Roberts is live with us on a very, very cold day. But first, let's get to the Fox Business Network's Blake Berman, who's in D.C. Hello, Blake.
Hi there, Shepard. Donald Trump's campaign has yet to comment on if this major announcement, as they are calling it, tonight in Iowa is indeed Sarah Palin's endorsement. Palin's daughter, though, Bristol, did not calm the speculation down any at all today when she posted on her blog that she hopes it happens. Ted Cruz preempted the potential announcement with a tweet this afternoon just a little while ago, and here's what he wrote. Quote, "I love Sarah Palin. Without her support, I wouldn't be in the Senate. Regardless of what she does in 2016, I will always be a big fan." Also from Iowa today, the Des Moines Register is reporting the state's governor, Republican Terry Branstad, is calling for Cruz to be defeated, citing Cruz's opposition to ethanol subsidies, which, as you know, is a very big deal in that state. Trump, well, he just piled on with a tweet. Here's what he wrote minutes ago. Quote, "Wow, the highly respected governor of Iowa just stated that Ted Cruz must be defeated. Big shocker. People do not like Ted." Shepard?
Some conservative radio hosts are piling on here.
Yeah, that's right. Both Mark Levin and Rush Limbaugh have sent a warning to Trump for his attacks on Cruz. Levin said Trump is hitting Cruz on, quote, "stupid issues." Limbaugh, for his part, said Trump is making a, quote, "strategic error in the way he attacks Cruz." In the meantime, Cruz's attacks on Trump did not slow down at all today in New Hampshire.
Mr. Trump enthusiastically supported the TARP big bank bailouts. I disagree with him. We should have no bailouts of Wall Street banks.
And that, Shepard, has been part of the theme for Cruz here over the last 24 to 48 hours as he has intensified these attacks on Trump. He is trying to link the New York businessman to positions supported by the president.
Blake Berman from Fox Business in D.C. Thanks.